All right. What is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video, coming at you with a viewer request for Rose, ticker symbol ROSE. We're going to break it down on the daily chart, go over the massive moves it's been making, how you can understand the price action, as well as go over the MACD and the relative strength index. Also, our major Fibonacci retracement levels. These are three really important things that you need to start learning about that will really give you an edge. I like to say trading is like going to battle. It's like going to war. You need to have the proper weapons and know how to use those weapons so that way you can increase your odds of success on the battlefield. So make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and if you want to see your cryptocurrency or token broken down just like this one, all you got to do is comment down below and I'll make a video as soon as I can. We're going to jump straight into it now and head on over to TradingView and break down our daily chart. And we can see that it's done a really good job of rallying here recently, right? And altcoins have been exploding along with Bitcoin. We're starting to see some pullbacks in the market, but this thing rallied over 130%. Now, what were some of the different signals that you could have used to spot potential entries and also spot a potential exit when it's time to get out of a play? We're going to break those down, and we're going to start off here by looking at our RSI. This is your relative strength index, and it's going to measure the relative strength of a token at its given price. So if you take a look here, all right, we're making a low and then we make a higher low. So we're starting to build some relative strength right here at this point on Rose. And if you take a look at the actual price of the token, it was in a downtrend. So it was actually heading lower. So when something is making lower lows, all right, the price is making lower lows, but the relative strength index is making higher lows. You're building relative strength as the price is dropping. That's a term known as bullish divergence, and it's an indicator you may see some bullish activity, okay? It's not a 100% guarantee. If any one of these strategies were 100% guarantee, we would all be billionaires and everything would work every single time. All right. Now, what you can do is you can combine strategies together to help give you an edge and increase your confidence in executing those trades. So what I mean by that is we have a bullish divergence right here. And if we take a look at our MACD, we can see that the red line crosses above the blue line at this point. So we get a bullish divergence and then we get a MACD entry signal, okay? So the entry again is when the red line crosses above. So now we have two signals of some possible bullish activity. And sure enough, we end up getting that bullish activity. All right. Now remember, it's not going to work 100% of the time using any one strategy. But when you can combine 2, 3, 4, or 5 strategies together, then that's going to really help give you that confidence and that edge that you need in order to be successful. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is our major Fibonacci retracement levels. Okay. These are the three most common and well-respected retracement levels. You have the 38.2, the 50%, and the 61.8%. The reason you use these is because nothing moves in a straight line up or in a straight line down. You get a move up retracement continuation of that trend or a move down retracement continuation of that trend. You can spot reversals when you move up, retrace, and then consolidate and break through those retracement levels. That's how you spot a potential downside reversal, and you spot a potential upside reversal when you move down, retrace, consolidate, and then break through those retracement levels. So we've done a really good job of getting a move up, a healthy retracement to our 50% retracement level, and then a push up higher. So we're going to see if we can get a bullish 5-wave impulsive structure to the upside on Rose. Now, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen, but it could happen if we hold above our 3 major retracement levels. So those are going to be 0.06393. As you can see, we closed there yesterday, opened there today, and we've started to drop below. Our 50% retracement level is 0.0599, and then our 61.8% level is going to be 0.0559. If we can come down and find support at these levels, we have the potential of pushing up higher and hitting our bullish price targets up above of 0.0849, 0.0921, and also 0.1012. All right, but there's still a lot of work to be done for that to happen. Now, something that we have possibly forming right now is going to be this cup and handle pattern that you guys see. So we have a cup already, and we're starting a pullback, which could be the handle, right? So if we come down into our levels here and really start to consolidate a little, we could end up forming the cup and handle. For right now, it is just a cup, and we have to wait for confirmation of the pattern to develop. But you want to start charting the patterns as they're developing, not after the pattern is already formed and already broke out. It's useless to track an old chart pattern that was previously there that you weren't able to trade. For instance, I can draw a pattern real quick. Right, we had a falling wedge right over here, okay, and we came down and we were able to get a breakout to the upside. But what does that do? That doesn't help me. All right, it's already broken out. If you're tracking the pattern over here where there's already a breakout, it's useless. But as you can see, we were consolidating in this period. We got a healthy breakout, retest of the trend line, and push up higher. Very, very clean structure and beautiful formation. And you wanted to have been tracking that after you formed your initial trend line over here, and you wanted to see if we're going to be able to break out, retest, and continue to push up higher. If you're trying to track the pattern after it's already formed and it's already, happened, and the breakout already happened, it's going to be useless. Okay. So that's why we have this here. It's a potential cup and handle. It's in the formation. We have a cup. Okay. We need to see if we're going to get a handle. All right. And the handle also aligns with our major retracement levels. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. There's no guarantees. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you that we buy this and this thing is going to go up and hit all of the bullish price targets. We're just going over some of the possible bullish and bearish scenarios. So now that we've covered the bullish sides of things, all right, we need to be realistic and see if there's any signals that we could be getting some downside activity. Well, if we look at our relative strength index again, remember how we went over bullish divergence where we were going up, making higher lows, creating relative strength while the token was going lower in price. At this point, we can see we actually have a bearish channel here. So we're zigzagging back and forth in a bearish direction, losing relative strength while the price of this token has clearly been in an uptrend, right? We can see that we actually have, a little bit of a bullish channel going on here to the upside. And meanwhile, we're in a bearish channel on the relative strength index, losing relative strength. So that's an indicator we could see some bearish activity. If you take a look, we've already had a pretty significant drop to our major 50% retracement level. What we want to see is we want to see us either break out of this, or we want to see us stay in the upper half, right? We don't want to continue to test this lower trend line here. We want to continue to test the higher trend line. The more times you test a trend line, the weaker it gets. So we've already tested this bottom trend line here 3, potentially 4 times coming up. Remember, the more times you test it, the weaker it gets. We could end up breaking through this trend line to the downside. That's going to be, significant, and that could end up meaning we break through our major 3 retracement levels. So pay close attention to your relative strength index. Be on the lookout for it. Now, just as you can use the MACD as well for entry signals, you can also use it for exit signals. So over here, we have our red line crossing below the blue line on the relative strength index right around here at this point on the chart. And as you can see, we got a very, very sharp move to the downside afterwards. So we want to combine that with relative strength in any divergences, just as we did over here when we got bullish divergence and then an entry signal. We saw a nice move to the upside. We have bearish divergence forming. We want to see this red line on the RSI continue to stay above or chop around the blue line, okay? If it does something like this and it nosedives below the blue line and it starts trading below the blue line, that's going to be a MACD exit signal and could signal that we have some, bearish activity due and potentially seeing a large move to the downside. So the bearish divergence along with a MACD sell signal would coincide with us breaking our major retracement levels of support and getting a potential reversal back to the downside to retest some of our previous lows. Okay. Now, if we break out of this bearish divergence trend line, or we are able to stay in the upper half of this trend of this channel here, okay, that would coincide with us possibly heading up to hit our bullish price targets, along with the cup and handle breakout and a 5-wave impulsive structure. So that's going to be it for today's video. We covered a lot, and hopefully you learned something new. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, I do these viewer requests every week, so all you've got to do is comment down below and I'll make a video on it as soon as I can. I really appreciate you making it this far in the video, and if you did, I think you're going to enjoy one of these next 2 videos as well. So make sure to click on one of those.